Also got a question about private money deal structure for real estate investing. I would say that this is pretty simple actually. So the only moving parts on the structure of a private money deal for real estate investing is getting a promissory note and then getting the mortgage. And the promissory note, you can talk to an attorney if you would like to get your first promissory note. You can look up examples of promissory notes and write up your own. Obviously, it would be most prudent to get an attorney to approve whatever document that you're going to use as the promissory note. But all that promissory note does is outline the terms and the details of the loan from the person with the money to you. So it's going to point out that it is secured against a particular property. It's going to point out the amount of money, when the money is to transfer to you, what the rate is going to be. It's going to outline the duration, and it's also going to outline what it will take place in the event of a default. It's going to outline, let's say you're late on a payment, what type of late fee are you going to pay? It'll line out the prepayment penalty, and then that's about it. So it's a pretty straightforward document. Generally, our promissory notes fit on one page, and sometimes our private investors want their attorneys to look over the promissory notes. And in that case, we are more than happy to oblige by whatever recommendation that attorney gives their client, our private investor, because ultimately, we have the best interest of that person. We consider ourselves to kind of provide a service to them, to provide a monthly interest only payment to our investor. So we want them to be extraordinarily comfortable in their investment. So that's the promissory note. And then the mortgage deed can generally be prepared by the in-house attorney at a title company. And the mortgage deed will reference the promissory note. And the mortgage deed is actually what gets recorded at the county. So that's going to attach itself to the deed. And in order for that to be removed, it will need to be properly released once paid off. But that's generally like a 1-page, 1.5-page document, depending on how much space that notary takes up. But it'll outline who the lender is, how much that promissory note is for, and then it'll just spend the rest of the time talking about like the legal description of the property that you purchased. And then it'll be signed by you and a notary. That will be recorded. The promissory note will not be recorded. So that promissory note is held locally between the private money lender and you, and the mortgage is recorded with the county for everybody that wants to look at public records to see. So the actual structure for private money and investing in real estate is pretty simple. 2.5 pages tops. However, when you go with a lender and you see their promissory note, it can be 30, 40 pages because attorneys have been paid a serious amount of money for decades to try and point out and define every single thing that could go wrong and what the actions would be. But when it's just between you and the private money lender, it should be, in my opinion, very simple. Because I don't know how you're going to go about raising your private money, but I would say the vast majority of our private money lenders do not know much about real estate investing, if anything at all. So keeping it very simple is beneficial because nobody likes an immense amount of legalese. That's why most people just tap agree when they're presented with the terms and conditions for the programs they use. Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question. And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.